you're buying a home for the first time, this is the ultimate guide, all right? We're going through 12 steps if you're a first-time home buyer. And starting off with the intro, Jeff Chadha, JC Homes, the master of real estate, all right?
Oh, I wouldn't say master, but I do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
Should have been more than master, by the way, but it's okay. We gotta let him get away with that.
That's right. So step one, Jeff, jumping right into this video, where do you start off with the process here if you're planning on buying a home?
Well, Rick, it's actually very easy. It's actually not too hard. It's the very first step is pretty self-explanatory. It's you decided to buy a home. That's step one, right there. That's it. You decided to buy. Step one. The amount of stress that comes with that is what we have to really understand here, Rick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You decided to buy the home, but the process leading up to that is there's so much to it. What type of home do you want to buy? And actually, we're going to get in right now into the next step, but let's go right back to that. You decide to buy a home. There's so much to it that sometimes gets underappreciated. It's probably the best word I can probably say is because it's a big financial decision. Every person that I know in the real estate market, or just in general, actually, Rick, I can say, will probably agree with one main point I'm going to say is that buying a home is the biggest financial decision you're going to make in your life. So when you decide to take that leap, it's a big leap, and that's why we're starting that with step one. You decided to buy a home.
Okay. What is the second step there, Jeff? You can lead the way.
It's actually developing a criteria and budget. Now, in this whole process, step two, and I know Rick is going to do this because now I just said he has to do this. He's going to put these steps right up there. And I'm going to say step two out of this whole process here is probably the most important step, believe it or not. It's developing a criteria and budget. Understanding what type of home you need. Do you have a family? Is it just you yourself? Are you looking for a bachelor pad? Are you looking for a place for you and your significant other to move into? Are you relocating to from renting to a home, and now you also have a family? Do you have pets? Right? So the criteria needs to be there. Then we're going right into the budget aspect, and that's also very important to understand, especially in today's world. Your budget is very, very important, and understanding your budget is very important. So come up with the criteria and come up with a budget for that criteria. And that's what's going to really help you navigate through this whole process. That's step two, Rick.
And just to elaborate on that a little bit more.
Really? More than what I just said? Okay.
Just to add to it, there's a lot of clients that I'm sure you've had in the past whose budgets are completely off from what they can actually afford, right? Super common. Where you're like, hey, let's be more realistic here, and you should be looking in this price range, right? I've heard you say it a whole bunch of times. Right.
I'm so proud of this guy. He's learning so much in real estate. You're absolutely right. but that's going to jump a little bit more to step 5, step 6.
Okay.
But
as long as we cover it. No worries.
We're going to cover it.
Okay, perfect.
We're at step 2. We're going to step 3.
Step 3.
Because realistically, what Rick said right now is so important. It's so true. But that's not what happens. And as you know, even when we say that's what you should be doing, with the power of the internet, that's not going to happen. So let's be real. Step 3 is researching. Now, due to the power of technology, most people research online. Now, it's really important how to research online. There's many sites. There's REW, which we had an interview with Simon there.
Yeah.
There is Realtor.ca. There's also common sites like Zillow. Then you also have hopefully you've been talking to an agent. And the agent will sometimes have their own sites as well. So researching online is more of your step 3, but understanding how to research, how to navigate through those pages. These sites, although very similar, can have different menu options, can have different attributes of what you look into, what you don't look into, and especially when you start going to different agent websites. So-and-so.com can have their website made by this provider and it has a different layout, and so-and-so can have this layout made by this provider, and it can get very confusing. So that process can be very annoying as well. So researching online, step 3, but knowing how to research. That's step 3.
Perfect.
Oh, I know it's perfect. Well, you expect me not to give them bad advice?
No, definitely not.
So anything less than perfect or something you would expect to say?
That's right. Great job, Jeff.
Okay, I don't need this pity stuff. Okay, anyway, I'm jumping right into, I'm not going to let Rick say it now. I'm jumping right into step 4. Step 4 is selecting the agent. Now, we've said in the past, you can do for sale by owner. You can do it by yourself. A lot of risks come with that.
We've done videos on it.
Sorry?
We've done videos on it.
Oh, we have done videos on it. Yeah, and so we're not going to really jump into the risk aspect of that world anymore because we've done those videos. And if you want to do that, maybe Rick will put a link somewhere here where we can go to that video. However, selecting an agent. When you select an agent, there's a reason why they're agents. They have the professional capability of checking backgrounds, checking data, checking all these things. Now, selecting the agent itself is sometimes a process, Rick. I mean, I joke around all the time, and I say, you know what? I can get a handful of rocks, probably chuck it down the street, and probably hit 2 or 3 agents. There's so many agents out there, but are we all the same? Of course not. I mean, we'd be foolish to think that, right? Where the biggest challenge that I've seen over my career, Rick, is that the battle with selecting an agent is, well, I have my brother who just became a realtor. I have my sister, my husband, my mother-in-law, my cousin, my friend's friend. When I get it. You're trying to keep it in your inner circle. I understand that. I respect that. But there's a difference between wanting to support your family and friends and looking out for your, and I'm going to get to this point right here, your best interest, right? Now, if that family or friend are the top of their game and they can do everything and they know what they're doing, then you know what? Go with them, right? I even tell my friends or family all the time, thank you for coming with me and choosing me, but don't work with me because we know each other. Go with me because I know what. But go because I know what I'm doing, and I say this quite often, that if you're going for surgery, and I'm going to use a very, very serious topic here because, like I said, buying a home is very serious. So if you were to go for surgery, open heart surgery or something, would you go to the top doctor that was going to perform your surgery and say, you know what? My cousin just passed med school, so I kind of want them to perform it because I kind of want them to get the business. Oh, come on. You're not going to do that. So why would you gamble here? Having the right agent is very important. It's as important as step 2. And I said step 2 was one of the most important steps here. Having the right agent can really guide you through the whole process, can teach you, show you the whole MLS system, which is the database, which is the system that we use to help navigate our clients through the process. So having the right agent can really help you. So that is step 4.
Very timely step as well, according to all this interest rate talk going on, right? Step 5.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna get
Okay. So
I know we're joking around a lot about this. It's because we like to have fun, right? I mean, real estate, there's enough, and I tell clients this, and Rick has actually been in the presence of when I said this. There's enough stress in real estate without the professionals making it more stressful for you. It should be a fun experience. You worked hard for this. So it should be a fun experience in our thought frame. So that's why we sometimes joke around about it. Although I'm funnier than Rick and people like me more. But anyway, step 5 is choosing a lender.
Huge.
It's huge. It's so big because not everybody, I mean, I don't know too many people that have $3 million lying in their bank account, all free and clear cash, where they can just go say, oh, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, and that's it. They don't need to get a mortgage. Right? So choosing a lender is very important. And actually, you know what? I'm going to jump right ahead here. Step 5 and 6 are meshed together. It's choosing a lender and the right loan. Because the right lender, if they talk to you, understand you, go through your finances, and I'm going to repeat this here, go through your finances and make a plan. And hopefully Rick has this whole thing where it says, choose your but develop a plan. Understand your monthly payment. Because you know what? You probably have a cell phone, you have car payments, you have groceries, you have all these things. Not only understanding what you're approved for, but understanding what you're capable of paying on a monthly budget. And that goes right into selecting the loan. So see how 5 and 6 mesh there? And you see that's perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
Right? So that meshes. You know, the right lender will help you choose the right loan. Now we do have people, but we're not going to name drop them yet because they haven't given me anything to name drop them. That's right. I said it. I'm joking. But no. But all joking aside, the right lender will help you choose the right loan. Just don't go into a blind. Right? So that's step 5 and 6. Now, we're getting on to what step, Rick?
Step 7.
There you go.
But before we get to step 7, we absolutely love getting reach outs from you guys, all right? So please keep them coming. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you love this content. Even if you don't like it, still like it, okay, guys? And
that was supposed to be my line when I always say, well, you liked it, so you had to...
line. I took the line, all right? Now, also, if you're subscribing to this channel and you would like to receive a free hoodie, please comment the words I have subscribed in the comment section and we will send you out a free hoodie. I am going to Jeff's house after this video to pick up size mediums, 2 of them, and 2 smalls. And those people who haven't got theirs yet is coming,
Why do you
guys,
keep looking sideways to me when he's doing? You notice how he keeps looking sideways, right? Like, you know, they get like, I'm gonna say no. What are you doing? Like,
it's coming, guys. Please be patient and thank you guys again. All right, and yeah, definitely Jeff's number will be on the screen if you're thinking about planning or even wanting to relocate.
Oh, okay, I think you put my number on the screen because you didn't get the hoodie. No, I was gonna put Rick's number there.
Number will be in the description, guys, as well. But yeah, just in case, okay, you guys are planning on making the move to British Columbia, anywhere in British Columbia, especially the greater Vancouver area and Fraser Valley, the number will be on the screen. We absolutely love helping you guys out. All right, now back to the video, Jeff. Step number 7.
We never exited the video. We were always in the video. You continuing with the topic
content
before you're rudely interrupted.
Sorry, had to.
Well, you can say sorry. You don't say sorry to me. Actually, you should say sorry.
Sorry to reviewers. All right, to giving you guys free stuff. Sorry. All right, that Jeff's paying for. I'll be paying for shipping though. So hopefully those Zimbabwe guys are listening right now. That's a joke.
Step 7.
Step 7, guys.
Wow. Okay, step 7, right, is so you've gone through the whole painstaking part of deciding to buy a home, getting your budget, your criteria, researching, selecting an agent, choosing the lender, selecting the loan. Is it time? I think it's time to start visiting homes. Because you did the basic of the basics. You actually passed the threshold. You selected the style of home you wanted. You know the criteria. You got your budget. So now it is time to actually start viewing homes, Rick. So that, and it's actually not too much more than that. But you do that after the pre-approval. Because, and the funny thing is, I say this sometimes to people. It's like if you go to a car dealership and you fell in love with this beautiful, let's say you fell in love with a beautiful Mercedes. Gorgeous, it's sparkling, it has everything you need. But you didn't do your pre-approval first, you didn't do any of the steps before. Well, you know what's going to happen? Good chance, not to everybody, but you know, you test drove the Mercedes and you're like, okay, well, bring this car, I want to buy it. Agent's like, no worries. Just meet me in front. It comes out and you're all excited, and all of a sudden it comes out a nice, beautiful, shiny Honda Civic. Not to say Honda Civics are horrible, right? They're beautiful cars as well. But your expectation was somewhere else. So that's why the importance of the previous steps are there, right? To understand what criterion, budget, and what you should be going for. So step 7 is that simple. You're going now to view homes.
So basically, guys, if you got the budget for a Honda vehicle, do not be looking at a Mercedes, all right?
Well, yeah.
Let's stay with the reason.
And that's what, Rick, I'm glad you said that, actually,
It's kind of funny, but it's true.
Well, it is funny, but that's why if you have a proper agent through the whole process and you select the proper loan and select a proper loan agent, they will make sure that you don't have that headache. Right. So what you just said, although comedic, maybe not as funny as I am, but I don't blame him for trying to be like me. But however, it's very important. And I, without a question of doubt, am saying that that's very important.
And I've heard you say it a bunch of times to people.
So that's. So then you're welcome.
Yes.
Now, step 8.
Step 8.
You viewed the home. You like the home.
It's time to buy the home.
It's time to make an offer.
Make an offer. There you go.
Right? I mean, see, there you go. You stepped ahead there. You said time to buy. You make the offer.
Okay.
Making the offer. And there's a process of making the offer. And that's why, like I said, when you have your agent there, your agent will guide you through the comps. They will guide you through the process. They'll guide you through, okay, well, if you put this offer here, here's what might happen. You put this offer here, here's what happened. Understanding your market of how to even make that offer. Is the property been on the market for X amount of days? Should I offer this? Is it, like we went through one of the craziest markets. Would a lowball offer work in this market? Should I go full asking price in this market? Having an agent there, which is the previous steps, this is why they're the previous steps, will help you make that offer, right? That's what step 8 is making the offer after those. That's step 8, Rick. Step 9.
Step 9.
Making the offer, but step 8 and 9 are very, very close because you make the offer. What happens right when you make the offer? It's the negotiation process.
It's a tough part.
This is where it gets very frustrating because you might think that this is the best offer you should be making. But you got to remember, you're the buyer. The seller may not think so. The seller may have other reservations. The seller may have other thoughts. The seller probably has an excellent agent on their side saying, this is the offer? Really? Are you kidding me? No, we're countering this back. Or maybe they might even decline to even counter back. So that's why the offer is so important of knowing how to do it. But you also got to understand that there is a negotiation process. And that negotiation process could last, believe it or not, a few days. Not very typical, but it can happen. There could be negotiation on price, negotiations on deposit, negotiation on even the days of when to move in and to complete. So there's many different aspects of it, right? Which will lead us, that will actually lead us to step 10. But before I say to step 10, step 10 and 8 have something very similar. And what that is, and I see Rick trying to, have his wheels turning here, trying to say something. Yeah, you're not going to know this one. Step 8, before step 10 and 9, when you're making your offer, depending on your market, well, you have subjects. Subject to financing, subject to the property inspection, right? And there's many, many more subjects, but now I'm going to get to the inspection because that goes into step 10. Granted that on our offer, we had all these and had all those in step 9. Now, let's say you have an inspection subject. Well, after we got an agreed upon price, agreed upon dates, and negotiation went very well because I was able to handle it and get you guys what you needed. That's just what I do. But no, now comes the inspection. So now you have to hire an inspector. Now, do you really need to? No, but do I recommend it? Well, you know what? You get a lot of benefit from it, understanding, what may be the future flaws of the property, what could be the items that, I should fix this now opposed to later. Should I spend $10,000 fixing this roof that has potentially a steady leak coming in, and hopefully it doesn't have any kind of rain thing come on down under it, or should I spend $5,000 just retiling, right? That's what the inspection will show. So inspection is step 10 if that's part of your subjects. If that's not part of your subjects, then I would still say at least do a personal inspection. If that's not one of your subjects to get a professional inspection, at least do a personal walkthrough of the properties, because the day you view the property, you might only be there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. What would you really learn about the property in 10, 15 minutes? Really sink that in for a second, people. In 10, 15 minutes, what will you know about the home? So even if it's not a full subject to hire a professional inspector, maybe do a self-inspection, right? At least walk through the property. Take an hour, tell the other agent that we're going to properly do a walkthrough to see everything ourselves, and walk through the property properly. Walk through the property, right? Tongue twister there. That leads us into step 11. Step 11 goes a little bit more on the financing side, but you also have to remember, we just came through a hot market right now. So let's say you love the property, it's gorgeous, has everything you need, and you're willing to offer this X amount of dollar on it. Now, that dollar X value could be so much more than the previous person would have bid on. But you love it, so you don't mind it. But the problem here is banks are getting tougher. Just because you're willing to pay it, will the banks be willing to finance it? It comes down to the appraisal. Right, step 11 is getting the home appraised. Banks will usually ask for appraisals, and if you got an accepted offer and you didn't get the right agent or right even loan agent to help you with it, you might be overpaying. The seller's going to be happy because you put a deposit down, and that deposit goes back into the whole offer area. But they might be happy, and you were happy paying that price, but the bank is not happy giving you the money. What happens then? Which is a great topic for another show, right?
Yes.
But there are repercussions. So step 11 is getting the appraisal, but keep everything else in mind, people. Please keep all those things in mind, because it does help.
And appraisals have been a big issue recently as well, right? We've talked about it on previous episodes, with just of how the market is turning, basically. So that sums up step 11. Thank you for that. Unless you wanted to add something else to that?
No, I'm good. Thank you very much for your 2-bit sound there.
The last and final step here.
The last step is, what? Everything else went fine. Subjects are moved. You're good with closing. Banks are good with it. It's the closing process. Understanding there are closing costs. Depending where you live, you might have additional closing costs. British Columbia, for example, we have property transfer tax. In Alberta, there's title registration. Different provinces, different parts of the world have different kind of costs for that. But then you're also going to need a lawyer or notary to help assist with the closing paperwork. So understanding that too, selecting the right person there too. I'm not really going to get into the difference of notary and lawyer, because that's not for me to get into. Right? I mean, there are obvious benefits of both sides. So I'm not going to really dump into it too much, because no one has actually paid me to pump their name up so much. That's right. Talking to all you that I know. That's right. No, I'm joking.
Send us an email.
And you transfer. I'm joking. That's a close. It's selecting the right, the right lawyer / notary to assist you with that, and understanding the process. There is a checklist that we have as well, Rick, that help you with the closing aspect of, did you already talk to the hydro company? You're buying a strata. Did you call the strata? Let them know you're moving in. All these kind of things, right? So all those things in a nutshell is my 12 steps.
Fantastic there, Jeff. All right. Now,
you were thinking about that word. You're thinking about word. You know it was coming. You wonder what do you
I almost forgot about the checklist. The ultimate I want to buy house checklist from JC Homes.
Oh, right.
So you want to explain to them exactly what it is? It's basically like a checklist for you to complete and to give to Jeff or whoever your realtor is, right? And they should be able to find you the perfect home that you're looking for, right?
Well, the checklist that I have, if you were to fill this checklist out, all you really need is fill this checklist out, and you don't even need to talk to your realtor again about it, because this checklist, if you do it properly, and Rick will probably, we're going to actually have this checklist, I believe it's a PDF format somewhere that you can actually download.
We'll put it in the description somewhere.
And you can actually fill this out, at least look over it. If you would have filled this out, your realtor should have no qualm or no problems being able to find you what you're looking for. This checklist goes over your motivation of buying, the style of home you're looking to buy, the area you're looking for, the how many bedrooms, bathrooms you're looking for, the top 5 areas in this particular area you're looking for, your budget range, who have you spoken with, who are even your main sources of inspiration to help you buy, who are your main sources of professionals that are going to assist you in the purchase aspect, because that comes very important. As a realtor myself, I like knowing who my client is working with on the other angle of it, like how a doctor has a nurse has a doctor. It works the same relationship in terms of in our profession as well. We should know who everybody is, because we should all work together. So then it also goes into what are the top reasons of coming to that area specifically. Is it because you have children, you need elementary schools? What is your 5-year plan? So all these things are covered in it, Rick. I mean, if I go over it step by step by step, it's a lot to talk about.
We'll be here all night.
Well, I mean, I'm always here.
Pretty
and
late.
Rick just comes in to, actually, Rick really doesn't do too much, actually.
Hey, if I didn't do that much,
I was waiting for that response. Right? Actually, no, Rick helps out a lot. I mean, this whole show and everything wouldn't be capable of running if it wasn't without me. Because Rick is there, he assists me looking so good.
Yes, it's right,
no,
guys.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I know. Like I said, we love to joke around, right? And the whole thing is, and I'm going to be very honest now, this whole thing is the brainchild of this guy right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome, because if you didn't have me, I would hate to see who you had.
Yeah, that's right. It's a hand-in-hand relationship. But don't take that the wrong way, guys. Anyways, last thing I wanted to add, the home.
I don't think you need to add any more after that.
Your book.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the book. Will, actually, there's a link in the description for your book, and if there's not, we'll put one there. But basically, it's the ultimate home buying guide, right?
Yes, it is. It is. I'm just trying to get over that, hand-in-hand comment. Sorry.
I don't know, guys.
And Rick, I would appreciate your hands on top of the table, by the way. Right, but no, yeah, there is a home buyer's guide. All this stuff is there. I don't need to get too much into it. You guys need help. That's what we're here for.
That's right.
Right? We might joke around. Like I said, we joke around. We like to have fun. Other people might take things very, very serious. It is a serious thing. But don't get us wrong here. Right? It can also be an experience that you want to enjoy. You want to cement it in your future that this experience was a pleasurable experience, and not pleasurable by Rick's comments, pleasurable the experience in terms of the whole experience of buying, moving, selling, information gathering. It's not always a physical thing, Rick.
Got it.
Exactly.
Notated.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
No, note's going to be taken for a while now, actually.
We'll have to edit a lot of this episode out again, guys.
Oh, we're not editing any of that out. No.
We might leave it in there. If it's in there, it's in there. But any last pieces? Any last pieces, Jeff, before we wrap this thing up? We're at almost 30 minutes here.
Okay, well, Rick, you asked me to make it long, so
yeah, it was good. It's good, though.
Yes, you know what? A quick summary of it. Yes, there's 12 steps here, people. A lot of things to talk about. Rick's going to put those steps in the bottom area here. There'll also be things there. There's a lot of things to consider when buying a home. It's not, yes, I want to buy, that's the home I want, done. There's a lot of in-between. And oftentimes when people forget about the in-betweeners, that's when things screw up, right? So please take a moment, understand that this is a huge financial not only opportunity, but decision that you may be making that can impact the rest of your life. So why not take the time to understand why you're doing it?
There you have it, guys. Sums up episode 35 of the British Columbia Real Estate Podcast. My friend told me a joke about British Columbia. He's like, BC should stand for bring cash. All right, so that was pretty funny, actually. I was gonna tie it in earlier.
Can you move your hand? I don't trust your hands anywhere near me right now with this whole hand-to-hand thing. I'm sorry.
All right, that sums up episode 35 of the British Columbia Real Estate Podcast. Everyone, make sure you guys tune in next week for another amazing episode. This is Jeff Chadha, JC Holmes. It's me, Ricky J. We're signing out on this one. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later, everybody.